Hey guys, Fox here. Just finished Trails of Cold Steel. I wanted to give you guys my thoughts, my impressions, and what I thought of it. Uh, let's just start off with I think this game is fucking fantastic. I absolutely loved it. Probably one of the best JRPGs I've played in the last 4 or 5 years, easy. It reminds me a little bit of the Persona series. To be quite honest, because you go through the whole school life thing, you have a somewhat of a social system in place, uh, but it also really does affect the combat side. It's a really good game. I can't give it enough praise. Um, but let's just really start off with the story. The story is great. Um, it does suffer from a few pacing issues, I would say. A lot of the dialogue can be a little long winded, but it's written well and the characters are extremely well spoken. It really puts the characters really into their social status. You know how well spoken these characters are. Um, Reen was an excellent protagonist. I had no qualms with him. He was fairly enjoyable. I usually have the point to where I think that these main characters are just average. I really enjoyed what Reen did. Each character just so unique. The character development in this game is probably some of the best I've seen. Probably since Persona 4, to be honest. Um, I I really didn't have a character I disliked. Maybe Milliam a little bit, but I think that more had to do with her age and her immaturity in the game. So I mean, she is who she is. So considering she just is not that bad. Um, by the way, guys, I'm going to probably be talking and throwing out some spoilers here. So if you haven't played the game and you really want to play the game and you don't want to hear any fucking spoilers, I'd kill this right now. So with that being said, I'm going to continue on. They I like all the characters. They're so unique. They're so individualized. I can't get over how there isn't a dull character in this game. Even all the side characters, the ones you ran by in the classrooms and in the hallways and the sorts, they were just so unique. They had such great personality, individual personalities to all of them. Probably one of my favorites. I liked Laura the best. She was always on my team if she was available. I really enjoyed what became of Eustace and Machias, even though I found Machias horribly annoying at the beginning of the game, but I guess it was warranted. So uh, I liked the wow, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, I don't know. I liked Gaius's background, his culture from where he's from. That was a lot of fun. The mystery of Emma was really unique. Fee was also a mysterious background, being a Jaeger and all that. Even your instructors had a lot to think about. But yeah, characters fantastic. Um, the game is fairly long, guys. I would say it took me about right around exactly 90 hours. Sorry if the camera's shaky. I'm adjusting around here. Yeah, 90 hours. There were points where it felt a little long during some of the field studies, but it wasn't bad. That's not where the point where you're like, oh fuck, I can't wait for this to be over. It never really got that bad. But yet again, I'm going to say it again. Really well written. Everything. I enjoyed just reading every part of this game. It's probably why it took me so long. I think some other folks said they probably beat it around the 65-hour mark. And you could probably beat this game fairly quickly if you skip through all the optional shit. And that's perfectly okay if you just want to get through the story. I imagine you could probably finish this in 50 hours if you wanted, maybe even less. Um, uh, I tried my best to get the best ranking in the game. You know, it's like a grade system, you know, at school where you'd get the, you know, the D, C, B, A, and then the S rank for how well you did it. And you got these AP points from the various missions you did on field studies or when you were helping the student council do various random shit that people would put in for. I did manage to get valedictorian or whatever the hell it was. At least that's what the trophy was called. So I got the max rank. Which is nice about that is that you get a pretty nice item that you can carry over to Trails of Cold Steel 2. So, and depending on your level, you also got some extra shit too that you can pass over to the next game. What else do I want to say? You have to give me a second. I don't want to blank out on you guys too much. Let's talk about combat. Now, the combat system, not the best I've played, but it was enjoyable. I liked the various things that you could do for, you know, certain weaknesses depending on the type of weapon you were using. Of course, the different elements of arts, otherwise known as magic, that you would use. And there was a ton of them. There's 5, and plus there was Mirage, Space, and Timer, or some shit like that. I can't quite remember. And then you had the links where you could, if you caused a critical, or every once in a while you just get it would be the, you know, the weapon weakness would cause a link to happen between the various characters, and they would do like follow-up strikes, or they would do a double strike, or near the end of the game you could get like a whole team will go in and beat the shit out of them, kind of a la Persona style. So yeah, other than that, it was still a good system. I mean, I liked the area effect. I liked how you can move your characters around in the battlefield. I commonly would position 3 strong characters to kind of form a wall to protect them from my caster, which is usually either Emma or Elliot. But it was pretty awesome. Hope this wasn't too quiet with my hand over the fucking microphone. Watch, it'll be loud right now. But yeah. What else? Near the end of the game, before the dance, for those of you who played through the game would know what I'm talking about. You did a concert, and that was the point in the game where I think Falcom really just didn't try very hard with. As the characters were singing in the concert, nothing was matching up. It was really weird. It was poorly done, and it felt awkward, and I honestly couldn't wait for it to be over with. So with that said, I'm not going to say much more. I mean, I guess it would have been okay if they did a better job of that, syncing up the voices, the mouths, and, you know, maybe making it sound like it makes sense with what you're seeing on the fucking screen. But other than that, and the person I chose to dance with was Laura. I had the choices of between, it was all females. It was Laura, Emma, Sarah, and Elisa. But I already told you guys I liked Laura the best. I liked her family, her culture, where she come from. Her dad was pretty fucking badass. So I liked what I saw with her. And then what else did I have a little gripe with? The very last battle, the one where you're fighting with the knights, or the mech suits as I called it, because all of a sudden mech suits were a thing. It was very rock paper scissors. It was kind of weird, and it was a guessing game at first. I didn't care for it. I mean, and I was getting my ass kicked at, you know, the very end where you're fighting Crow, or C, and he was countering my shit, and I was like, God damn it. It was pissing me off until I got enough CP, until I put myself in a counter stance, and I pretty much did that for the rest of the fight, and whooped his ass there at the end. So it wasn't terrible. But I think the hardest boss probably would have been the last or the 7th level of the dungeon in the old schoolhouse. That boss was fairly difficult at first until you got yourself going with buffs and stuff, and then it wasn't terribly hard. So honestly, if I had the time, I would play New Game Plus and I would play it on Nightmare. Another thing with this game is that it was a little on the easy side. I only died once, and I immediately retried and whooped its ass. It was like a trial by fire thing. I mean, I just, okay, I saw what I did wrong. Now I'll figure it out, and I whooped his shit. But other than that, one thing I admire was the design. The town designs were amazing. Loved what I saw. The attention to detail everywhere. Going into random houses, the stores, all that stuff. It was very well done. I enjoyed the uniqueness of each town that you went on a field study to. It was a lot of fun. I liked how this game was pretty much it was like the first chapter on a book, this is the introduction to a much larger story, and that's pretty much what this game was. There was so much to this game. I cannot wait to play the second one. I just want to give myself a little break between this and starting the second one, because I just don't, I don't want to necessarily feel burned out while trying to play through the second game when I'm sure it is a fantastic title. So, and that's what I've been hearing from everybody, that it's pretty much better than the first one. So I'm pretty fucking excited to play that. So honestly, guys, I'm going to give this game really extremely high praise. If you haven't played it, I would highly suggest you do. If you already played it, I want to hear what you guys have to say. I mean, let me know what you guys thought. Which parts of the game were a little not so good? Which parts were great? Let me know if you agreed with me. I like this game a lot. I definitely think this probably would squeeze its way into at least the top 10 of my favorite games. So, who knows what this game will get to. The second one, with everybody saying if it's better than the first, I'm hella fucking excited. Anyways, guys, there's a little personal review of Trails of Cold Steel on the PS3. Also have it on the Vita if I ever get Froggy. Cross-save feature works, so we'll see. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.